Have you ever stopped to consider the unsung heroes of your body, the organs that tirelessly work to keep you healthy and thriving, day after day, year after year? We often take our kidneys for granted, and yet they play a crucial role in filtering our blood, removing waste, and maintaining the delicate balance of electrolytes in our bodies. And while you may not be thinking about your kidneys every day, it's important to understand that they deserve our respect, our care, and our attention. And what if I told you that many of the foods that we eat every day, often without a second thought, may be putting unnecessary stress on these vital organs, potentially leading to long-term health problems? Today, we are not here to instill fear, but to empower you with knowledge and to help you understand that many common foods that are part of our daily diets may be harming our kidney health, particularly as we age, and particularly when we begin to develop certain other health conditions that may also be putting a strain on this part of our system. We're going to delve into the world of nutrition and examine 10 specific foods that seniors should consider limiting or avoiding to safeguard their kidney health, and how you can easily switch them for foods that offer just as much joy, but also support your body and your overall well-being. This is not just another list of bad foods, but is rather a proactive strategy to help you take control of your health, make informed choices, and to honor your body by giving it what it needs to function at its very best. The truth is that kidney function can naturally decline with age, and this is not a process that we can prevent entirely, but we can certainly do a lot to support these organs in their daily work, and by doing so, we can improve our overall health and well-being and maintain our quality of life. And as we navigate this journey of aging, it is even more important to be proactive, to be mindful of our choices, and to do what we can to support the body that carries us through every day. Our kidneys work incredibly hard, and they play a vital role in filtering waste and excess fluid from our blood, regulating our blood pressure, and producing hormones that keep us healthy, and these are tasks that they perform 24/7, tirelessly working to maintain the body's delicate balance, and without them, we could not survive. We depend on them for nearly all of our bodily functions, and yet we often do not even acknowledge their hard work. And, as time moves forward, and as we move through the natural process of aging, our kidneys can become more vulnerable to damage from various causes, and when this happens, it can lead to long-term health issues that can greatly impact our quality of life. We begin to experience fluid retention, increased blood pressure, fatigue, and a range of other problems that can make even simple daily activities that much more challenging, and often, all that is required is a change in diet to see a dramatic improvement. And while there are many contributing factors, including genetics and other health conditions, it's important to understand that our dietary choices can have a truly profound impact on our kidney health. And it is by understanding this connection that we can begin to make positive changes and begin to nurture our bodies and support them in a way that honors their needs and also supports our overall well-being. It's not about depriving yourself or adhering to an impossibly strict diet. It's about understanding the potential risks associated with certain foods and about choosing a pathway that is aligned with your overall health goals. It's about making mindful choices that honor your body, that protect your kidneys, and that also help you to live a life that is as long, as vibrant, and as joyful as it possibly can be. It is also about choosing to live with intention and to make decisions from a place of power, understanding, and knowledge. And while there are many things that are often out of our control, we can always control our dietary habits and make conscious choices about what we put into our bodies. And when we prioritize our health in that way, it can have a tremendous impact on our well-being, both now and in the future. We are here to explore how we can all become better advocates for our own health, and to learn which foods can harm our kidneys, and how we can replace them with choices that are not only equally as delicious, but are also more supportive of our health needs. So today, we're not here to just list 10 foods that we should avoid. We are going to delve into the science behind their harmful effects, and to empower you with the information that you need to make conscious and deliberate choices. We're going to discover the healthier and delicious alternatives that can not only protect your kidneys, but that will also support your overall health and help you navigate the natural process of aging with greater ease, grace, and vitality. It is about choosing empowerment over limitations and about taking control of your own life, your own body, and your own choices. And before we dive in, if you are new here, welcome to Vibrant Seniors. My name is your name, and this channel is dedicated to providing you with information, support, and inspiration that will help you navigate your journey of aging with greater confidence and a deeper sense of joy. And if you are not already subscribed, I invite you to click on the subscribe button and to activate the notification bell so that you do not miss any future videos, as I have so much more valuable information to share with you. And if you find the information in this video helpful, please feel free to share it with your friends and family, and those that you feel would also benefit from this type of information, as you may be surprised at how many others are also on this journey, and who may also be seeking valuable and reliable health advice. And as you join this conversation, please feel free to leave a comment below and to share your questions, thoughts, or personal experiences, as this allows me to better understand your needs and to also help other members of our community. And if you like the topic of this video, please comment 1 below, and if you find that this topic is not for you, then please comment 0, so that I can have a better understanding of how best to serve you and to create more videos that are in alignment with your needs and interests. Your feedback is a powerful tool, and it enables me to create content that truly serves you and that honors your own unique journey. I thank you for your support, and I hope that you will find the information we are about to explore both valuable and also empowering. Now, let's begin. Let's start our exploration by addressing one of the most common culprits that are often overlooked: processed meats. This category includes foods like bacon, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, and many other types of cured, smoked, and salted meats that are often a regular part of many of our diets. And while they may be a convenient and seemingly delicious option, the truth is that these processed meats pose a serious threat to our kidney health, particularly as we age, and therefore it is essential to be mindful of our choices and the impact that they are having on our bodies. Processed meats are particularly high in sodium, which is often added to increase flavor, but also to extend shelf life. And while our bodies need a small amount of sodium, excessive consumption can lead to hypertension, also known as high blood pressure, and this is something that can place enormous stress on our kidneys. And it's also about understanding that too much of anything is not ideal, and that we must seek a level of balance in our diets to ensure that all of our organs are being properly supported. High sodium intake causes the kidneys to work harder to filter excess sodium from our bodies, and over time, this can then lead to kidney damage. The more that our kidneys have to work, the more they are also being impacted, and therefore creating a situation that can be detrimental to their overall function and longevity. Also, many processed meats are loaded with phosphate additives, which can exacerbate this issue, and which is something that we must all be more aware of. And while phosphate is important to bone and muscle health, too much of it can put extra strain on the kidneys. And finally, the nitrates in processed meats have been linked to kidney damage, creating another obstacle to long-term kidney health. We must become more informed about how our dietary choices are impacting our overall well-being, and that, when we are truly informed, we can make smarter choices. And all of this points to one single idea: that processed meats are not ideal for the overall health of our kidneys. So, if processed meats are something to avoid, what can we choose instead? Well, here's where we have some great news: that you do not have to abandon all of the foods that you love, but you can find healthier alternatives that still provide the same joy and satisfaction. Instead of processed meats, let's opt for fresh poultry, such as chicken or turkey, or even unprocessed lean meats, which are all amazing sources of protein and that are not as high in sodium, phosphates, or nitrates. It's important to choose fresh poultry that has not been processed and to select lean options that are lower in fat and that are also more supportive of your kidney health and overall well-being. And also remember that everything must be used in moderation. Even if we are choosing healthy alternatives, we must still be mindful of our portions and of the other ingredients that are incorporated into our meals. By making these choices, you can still enjoy protein without the added salt, preservatives, and phosphates that may cause harm to your kidneys. It's also important to understand that variety is valuable, as by adding a range of different types of proteins, you are also introducing an impressive range of vitamins, minerals, and other essential nutrients that will enhance the overall health and functionality of all the various systems of your body. This is about choosing a holistic approach that honors your needs and that also supports your well-being from all sides. So, instead of reaching for the processed meats, why not consider those options that are more natural, less processed, and more supportive of your long-term health? You will find that they are not only just as delicious, but also incredibly easy to prepare and may offer a way to begin your journey towards kidney health in a way that is both enjoyable and sustainable. It is about making choices that support both your body and your palate, and to choosing a path that is joyful and also practical at the same time. Let's shift our focus now to another hidden source of sodium in our diets: canned soups and vegetables. These items may often seem like a quick and convenient option for those busy days or when we need a quick, easy, and convenient meal. But the truth is that they are often loaded with excessive amounts of sodium, and that their seemingly innocent nature is, in fact, detrimental to our overall kidney health and to our ability to live a more balanced and joyful life. Sodium is often used as a preservative and as a way to extend the shelf life of these canned products, making them convenient to use for long periods of time. But in order to do this, many manufacturers will add sodium to extremely high levels, often exceeding 1,000 milligrams per serving, and this extra salt creates a lot of havoc on our kidneys. The more sodium we have in our bodies, the more our kidneys have to work to filter them, leading to hypertension, which then increases our overall risk of kidney damage and various other health problems. It is about understanding that, while processed foods are often very convenient, we should never prioritize convenience over our health, and by doing so, we are potentially creating problems that can haunt us for years to come. It is essential to be aware of hidden sources of sodium and to make mindful choices that protect your body and that honor your long-term well-being. And we are not powerless. We can make different choices that are more supportive of our health. So, if canned soups and vegetables are to be avoided, what other options do we have? Do we have to give up on the joy of convenience, or are there other ways to support our kidney health and our busy schedules? The answer is, we can certainly find other options. It's all about making mindful choices, and it's about understanding that while convenience is helpful, we must also choose foods that support our long-term health. Instead of those high-sodium canned options, why not look for low-sodium alternatives, or even better, fresh or frozen options? Low-sodium options are certainly a step up, as they offer a way to enjoy the convenience of canned products without the harmful levels of sodium, but even still, it is always best to prioritize fresh or frozen options when possible. These fresh and frozen foods will offer a richer range of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are so essential for our health and will help you to keep your body functioning at its very best. These fresh or frozen products also often taste so much better. They can offer so much more joy to your meals, and they can allow you to truly enjoy your food in a way that feels both supportive and also nourishing to your body and your soul. It is about understanding that you have options and that you can make choices that are aligned with your health goals and that do not require you to sacrifice the joy of eating. You have the ability to take control. It's about seeing that our food choices are not always just about sustenance, but also about supporting our bodies from the inside out and making choices that offer you both joy and also nourishment. And it's also about being mindful that we can choose those options that serve us, rather than choosing options that harm our bodies in the name of convenience. By making these simple switches, you can protect your kidneys and also make your meals more vibrant, delicious, and also healthy. Let's shift our focus now to another common and popular category of food: dairy products such as cheese, milk, yogurt, and ice cream, and how they can impact our kidney health. And this is particularly important for seniors, whose bodies may respond differently to these products as we age, and therefore it's essential to be fully informed about what we are consuming and the long-term impacts that they may have on our bodies. While dairy products are often celebrated as great sources of calcium, which supports strong bones, they are also high in phosphorus, a mineral that can become problematic for those with aging kidneys. You see, healthy kidneys are able to filter excess phosphorus from our blood, maintaining the delicate balance of this mineral in our bodies. But when our kidney function is impaired, it can become a challenge to excrete excess phosphorus, and that then leads to build-up. And this imbalance can then lead to bone and mineral disorders that you are trying to avoid. It's a complex issue of understanding that good choices in one aspect of our health may also have some other effects that we need to be aware of. It's about understanding the complexities of how our bodies respond to the foods we are consuming. When we start to become aware of the often hidden elements of our diet, we then become better equipped to support our bodies and to truly live a life of greater well-being and vitality. And it's not to say that we should always avoid all dairy products at all cost, as they can also provide a source of many other essential nutrients. It is about taking a mindful approach and understanding that we have to be aware of the potential downsides, and to also understand that there are other options that we can also explore. It's about making conscious choices that are based on reliable information and that are aligned with your goals and your values. So if dairy products are potentially harmful for our kidneys, what do we choose instead? Must we give up the creamy textures of milk, cheese, and yogurt forever? And the answer is that we certainly do not, as there are many delicious and nutritious plant-based alternatives that can provide the same benefits or even better, but without the added phosphorus that may cause issues with our kidneys. It is about making conscious choices, and it's about exploring options that support your health and well-being in a more holistic and long-term way. Consider plant-based milks such as almond or oat milk that are not only low in phosphorus, but are also delicious and versatile, offering similar benefits to dairy products without the added risks. And to be sure that they also provide the same calcium content, opt for those that are calcium fortified. And that will help to give you that extra boost that you may be seeking for your bone health without the added risks of phosphorus build-up. And while you are choosing your dairy alternatives, be sure to check the labels and to look for those that are low in phosphorus and sodium, as some brands may also add these to their products. It's important to read labels and to become an informed and conscious consumer. It's about understanding that we have so many options available, and that it's about finding those options that align with our needs and our values, and choosing those options that best support our overall health and well-being. It is all about making smarter choices and about choosing foods that are not only delicious and satisfying, but also support the long-term health of your kidneys, as well as all the other systems of your body, giving you a way to nourish your body from the inside out. And you do not have to sacrifice your joy in the name of health. Let's now move our attention to a category of drinks that may seem seemingly innocent: dark colas. These popular soft drinks, with their sweet taste, are not only devoid of any nutritional value, but they also pose a very real threat to your kidney health, especially as you navigate the natural process of aging. And it is vital to understand that many popular products that are advertised to us are actually harmful to our overall health, and are something that we should make the conscious choice to limit or avoid entirely. The primary culprit that makes these types of drinks so dangerous is their content of phosphoric acid, which is a common additive that is used to add that fizzy and tangy taste. However, phosphoric acid also adds to your phosphorus intake, creating a real risk for those whose kidneys are no longer able to excrete phosphorus as efficiently as they once could, creating a dangerous mineral imbalance in your system, putting your body at risk. And to add to the list of concerns, dark colas have also been linked to kidney stone risks and also to the progression of chronic kidney disease. This means that not only are they a low-value addition to your diet, they are also actively harming your body and creating risks for your long-term health and well-being. It is often surprising to us when we discover how many products that we thought were safe and innocent are in fact creating negative impacts that we would have otherwise avoided had we been fully informed. It is about moving from a place of ignorance to a place of knowledge, and it is about making choices based on your values and your long-term health goals. It is about choosing to be empowered by knowing and choosing alternatives that are more aligned with your overall health and your overall well-being. And while this can often be a challenge, it is a worthwhile journey when you begin to understand the power that your choices hold. So, if those dark colas are harmful to our kidney health, what other options do we have? Do we have to resign ourselves to a lifetime of drinking just plain water? Absolutely not. There are so many other options that can satisfy your cravings, that can provide the enjoyment that you are seeking, but that also support your body in a way that is gentle and loving. It is about choosing delicious options that also support long-term health. Instead of dark colas, why not consider sparkling water, which is not only refreshing, but it can also offer the fizzy taste that you may be craving, without all of the additives, preservatives, and sugars that often come along with popular soft drinks. You can add a touch of flavor by adding a squeeze of lemon, a few berries, or even a sprig of mint, transforming it from just plain water into something delicious and truly refreshing. Another great alternative is to explore the world of herbal teas, which can also be both soothing and hydrating. And also, they come in so many different flavors and options that you can easily find ones that suit your tastes and your specific needs. From chamomile to peppermint to ginger, there are so many herbal options that you can choose from, each with its unique benefits and each providing you with a delicious alternative to soda. And also, unlike sodas, which have no nutritional value, many herbal teas are packed with antioxidants and other properties that support overall health and well-being. It is about choosing delicious options that are not just enjoyable, but that also support you on your journey to a healthier and more joyful life, and about understanding that we have so much more choice than we often think that we do. It is about moving past our habits and limitations and making space for something new. It is about claiming your power. Let's move on to another often overlooked source of sodium and how these seemingly innocent snacks may be having an impact on our overall health, especially when we are talking about those with vulnerable kidneys. You may already know that salty snacks such as chips and pretzels can be high in salt, but you may not be aware of just how much of an impact this has on our overall health, and therefore it is important to make fully informed decisions about what we are consuming. Those seemingly innocent snacks, often consumed without a second thought, are often loaded with sodium, which then contributes to elevated blood pressure, creating a very real risk for your kidney health. And as we know, having high blood pressure makes it that much harder for our kidneys to do their work, damaging their blood vessels and leading to a potential risk for long-term damage and long-term disease. It is essential to understand that, as we age, our kidneys become even more vulnerable to the effects of sodium, and this is why it's so crucial to be mindful of our choices, particularly when it comes to those salty snacks. We must make an intentional effort to limit or avoid them, and to make a commitment to finding healthier alternatives that are both satisfying and also supportive of our needs. It's not just about the chips and the pretzels. It's about understanding that there are so many seemingly innocent foods that have these hidden dangers, and that by increasing our awareness of this fact, we can then take steps to protect ourselves from the long-term effects. And that is what it means to take responsibility for your overall health and well-being, and to make choices that are in alignment with your goals and your values. So, if salty snacks are not the way to go, what other options are available to us when we are seeking to satisfy our cravings, but also to be supportive of our long-term health? Must we simply forego snacking altogether, or are there other delicious and healthy snacks that can replace those salty treats? The answer, thankfully, is that there are so many other wonderful options available to you that can be both enjoyable and also good for your kidneys. It's all about finding a better balance. Instead of those processed salty snacks, why not try unsalted nuts, air-popped popcorn, or even vegetable sticks? Unsalted nuts are a powerhouse of nutrients and also healthy fats, and can also be a satisfying option without the added risks of sodium. Air-popped popcorn is a great source of fiber and is also a lower-calorie alternative to potato chips and other processed salty snacks. And you may even surprise yourself at how tasty those simple and often overlooked vegetable sticks can be, especially if paired with a low-sodium dip or hummus. There are a number of options for finding alternatives to these salty snacks, and it all comes down to your ability to be curious, to be open to change, and to make choices that are informed by an awareness of the potential risks. And it is by making these shifts that you are also making a choice for overall health and well-being, and are giving your body the love, respect, and care that it deserves. It's time to take control. By making these shifts, you can support your kidneys and also satisfy your cravings without risking your long-term health. It's about finding solutions that are both practical and also aligned with your dietary requirements, and knowing that your health and happiness is always a priority. You do not have to sacrifice flavor in the name of good health. Now let's move our focus to another common staple in many diets: red meat. We're talking about beef, pork, and other similar types of meat, and how, when consumed in excess, they can also place a strain on your kidneys, particularly as we age, and particularly when our kidneys become less able to manage the burden. As you know, this is not about eliminating these foods completely, but about making conscious and mindful choices that are aligned with your overall health and wellness. The reason that red meat poses a challenge to our kidney health is primarily due to its high protein content, as it is the highest source of protein in many diets. While protein is essential for many of our bodily functions, including muscle repair and growth, excessive intake can increase the workload of your kidneys. Our kidneys, in all of their hard work, must then work harder to filter out the excess of protein from our blood, leading to fatigue and stress over time. It is also important to acknowledge that red meat metabolism produces something called uremic toxins, which are those byproducts that our kidneys need to eliminate. And the more red meat we consume, the more uremic toxins our kidneys must process, and over time, this can then contribute to damage and kidney dysfunction. It is important to understand that balance is essential in our diets, and that we should always try to create a balance that supports our overall health and well-being. It is all about making conscious choices that support our body, and that also help us avoid foods that might create greater challenges as we move through the natural process of aging. And it is also about acknowledging that we do not have to sacrifice all of the foods that we love, but to simply choose a more balanced approach that honors our overall well-being and that recognizes our unique needs. So if red meat is something to be avoided, what do we choose instead? Are there other sources of protein that can be equally as satisfying and delicious, and that will not have a negative impact on our kidneys? The answer is yes. There are many excellent plant-based sources of protein, such as beans, lentils, tofu, and other legumes that can provide a comparable amount of protein without the added strain on your kidneys. Plant-based options are also naturally lower in fat, and also come with a great source of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and other essential nutrients that are incredibly beneficial for your overall health. And these plant-based options are not only beneficial for your health, but they are also extremely versatile and can be used in a variety of ways to create delicious, flavorful, and satisfying meals, which will leave you feeling fuller, healthier, and more aligned with your goals. And if you are still craving some meat in your diet, consider choosing fish as a more heart-healthy option, and make sure you also choose fish in moderation, focusing on oily fish such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines, which are a great source of omega-3 fatty acids and can therefore be very helpful in supporting cardiovascular health. It's about finding a path that is balanced and that supports you from all sides, and it is also about understanding that there are so many different choices available to us and that it is up to us to choose wisely. So by embracing a more diverse protein intake, you are not just reducing the burden on your kidneys, you are also providing your body with a wider variety of essential nutrients that are important to your overall well-being. It is about embracing a balanced approach, it's about exploring other options, and it's also about choosing a path that allows you to enjoy your food while also honoring your long-term health. Let's shift our focus now to a category of foods that might seem harmless, but that in fact can be quite problematic for your kidney health. Pickled foods, such as pickles, sauerkraut, and other similar types of vegetables that have been preserved in brine. And while there may be those of you who enjoy the tangy and flavorful experience, you should be mindful of their potential risks to your overall health and to your long-term well-being. Pickled foods are brined with excessive amounts of salt, which is used as a preserving agent, but that also can create a variety of issues for those with kidney conditions. They have an alarmingly high level of sodium, and this can then contribute to fluid retention, increased blood pressure, and a very real risk to the delicate balance of electrolytes in your body. These foods, which may seem delicious in the moment, can actually be detrimental to your long-term health and wellness. It's about recognizing that many products that we consume on a regular basis are in fact created in such a way that they are harmful to our overall health, and that we should, instead, be seeking more natural, less processed, and less harmful options, and that we should all be more aware of the risks associated with sodium and the problems that it can create in our bodies. And it is by acknowledging these risks that we can also begin to make different choices. It is about being mindful, informed, and empowered. So, if pickled foods are not the best way to go, what are the other alternatives? Do we have to give up on those tangy flavors? And the answer is, we do not. There are other ways of exploring those same tastes, but without the excessive amounts of salt. Instead of buying those store-bought products, why not explore the beauty of freshly fermented vegetables without added salt? This way you can still enjoy those fermented flavors, but without the negative effects of high sodium, and also while creating a probiotic-rich meal that is truly beneficial for your body. You can ferment a wide range of different vegetables, including cabbage, carrots, cucumbers, and many others. All you need is some good quality produce and some simple containers, and you'll find that the process of fermentation will create a delicious snack that will last for weeks. And remember, do not add any salt. Instead, you may use some natural herbs and spices to add flavor without any harmful ingredients. And by making these at home, you can also control what is included in them and be mindful of all of the ingredients that you are using. And by making them a part of your own unique routines, you are also creating a practice that supports both your body and your mind, while also allowing you to enjoy the many delights of fresh food that has been prepared with loving intention. It is a wonderful alternative to processed food, and also a step towards greater health, vitality, and a deeper connection with your body. These fresh ferments offer not only that tangy flavor you may be craving, but also contain probiotics that promote a healthy gut microbiome and support digestion from the inside out, creating a win-win situation where you can both honor your body and also provide it with everything that it needs to function at its very best. It is about moving from convenience to self-care and understanding the powerful difference that mindful eating can bring. Let's now shift our focus to another common food category that we must be aware of: processed cheese. This often includes those cheese slices that are individually wrapped, cheese spreads, and even some types of pre-shredded cheese, all of which pose a risk to our kidney health and that are, therefore, important to limit or avoid altogether. And while they may seem convenient and harmless, they often contain high levels of sodium, phosphorus, and other additives that can wreak havoc on the delicate balance of your system. Processed cheeses are often loaded with hidden ingredients, all of which can cause damage to our kidneys. And even if you are not aware of all of the specific ingredients, you can often have a strong sense that these products are not the most supportive or nutritious options for your health. And as we now know, high sodium intake can cause damage to the blood vessels in the kidneys, leading to a cycle of inflammation and other complications. It's also important to remember that many of these processed cheeses also contain phosphorus additives, which contribute to mineral imbalances, making it more difficult for our kidneys to function properly and also increasing your risk of developing other chronic conditions. It's about being aware of these often hidden ingredients and about making choices that prioritize your overall well-being instead of choosing convenience over self-care. It is so important to be a mindful and informed consumer and to acknowledge that you always have the power to choose and to make decisions based on your own understanding, your own knowledge, and your own unique needs, and to always remember that you can, if you so choose, make choices that are more aligned with your health goals and are also more supportive of your long-term needs. You are not powerless in this process, so if processed cheeses are something we need to avoid, what other alternatives do we have? Do we have to completely avoid all cheeses from here on in? And the answer is no. You can still enjoy the pleasure of cheese, but in moderation, and by choosing those options that are more natural and less processed. And you can also choose varieties that are lower in sodium, while also still providing you with a flavorful experience. Instead of processed cheese, choose smaller portions of natural cheeses, such as mozzarella or ricotta, which have a lower sodium content and that also do not contain the same phosphorus additives that are often added to processed varieties. And by making this simple switch, you are creating a more balanced and supportive approach to nutrition, and you are also choosing a path that is both delicious and also more helpful to your body. And, just as with all other aspects of your diet, remember that moderation is always key. Even with more natural options, it's important to enjoy them in moderation and to make sure that they fit into a wider diet that is also filled with a wide variety of other healthy and nutritious options. And it is all about seeking balance, and it is about creating a sustainable and empowering approach to health, knowing that your choices, when made with intent, are always able to support your long-term well-being. It's about understanding that you do not have to give up on everything that you enjoy, but instead you can be mindful about the choices that you are making and understand that you can make informed decisions and choose options that are not only delicious, but that also serve your overall health and also your enjoyment of life. These small choices can make a big difference over time. It may surprise you to learn that, in some specific circumstances, there are times when we must be mindful of our intake of certain, generally healthy foods, such as high potassium fruits, such as bananas, oranges, and other similar varieties. And, while we have discussed the importance of potassium and the fact that many of us are deficient in this essential mineral, for some individuals, particularly those whose kidneys are not functioning as effectively as they should be, excessive potassium can actually pose a real threat. You see, damaged kidneys may struggle to excrete excess potassium, and this then creates the risk of a condition called hyperkalemia, where there is too much potassium in your blood. And this can be extremely dangerous, as it can lead to heart rhythm issues and a host of other complications. Therefore, it's not about always focusing on adding more potassium into your diet. It is about creating a balance, and it is about choosing what is best for your own unique body and its specific needs. It's important to understand that, even with natural foods, we must always exercise caution and seek to understand the specific impacts that certain foods will have on our systems. And therefore, it is not about demonizing any one particular food, but it is about understanding the unique ways in which our bodies may respond to various elements of our diet. We must become informed, aware, and responsible for our own well-being and our own health choices. So, if those high potassium options are not right for everyone, what other options are available? Do we have to forego all fruits? Must we give up on this source of essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber? Thankfully, the answer is no. You can easily enjoy other lower potassium fruits that are just as delicious, refreshing, and incredibly versatile, while still protecting your kidneys from the risks of hyperkalemia, making sure you are getting the nutrients that you need without causing additional harm. Instead of bananas and oranges, you can choose lower potassium options such as apples, berries, and grapes. These fruits are not only delicious, but they are also a great source of fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that are valuable for overall health, and that can provide that sense of refreshment that is so incredibly important to our well-being. It's about choosing variety and understanding that you can find just as much delight in a range of different options. These options also give you a range of possibilities and can be easily incorporated into your daily diet, allowing you to enjoy a more well-rounded approach to nutrition. They are a reminder that your journey to optimal health should be filled with joy and with a variety of delicious choices, and it is also a reminder that making healthier choices doesn't mean sacrificing the things that we truly enjoy. It is, in fact, about discovering new sources of inspiration. And it's always important to remember that, when we are approaching nutrition with intention, it is about choosing a balanced approach and about understanding that there are a range of different options available that can all benefit our bodies in unique and remarkable ways. Let's now shift our focus to an often overlooked category of foods that we often deem as harmless treats, and yet, when consumed regularly, they may have some potentially harmful long-term consequences. We're talking about packaged baked goods, such as cookies, cakes, pastries, muffins, and other similar items that are often a regular part of our diets, and that often seem so innocuous and innocent. These seemingly sweet snacks can be a hidden source of sodium, phosphorus, and other harmful ingredients that can harm both our kidney and our heart health. You may have heard a lot about added sugar and trans fats, but the dangers of salt and phosphorus are often overlooked. Many commercially prepared baked goods often contain hidden amounts of both sodium and phosphorus, which are added as preservatives, as well as additives to improve the texture or appearance of these products, but that ultimately do a disservice to our bodies. And when you combine all of these negative ingredients, you create a truly dangerous food that offers very little nutritional value, while also causing harm to your overall health. These hidden ingredients often make it incredibly difficult to understand their actual nutritional value and to make informed choices about what you should be consuming and what you may want to avoid. It is also important to note that many of these types of products also include trans fats, those harmful fats that also have a deeply negative impact on your heart health, and they all add up to a potentially dangerous recipe for poor overall health, especially as we navigate the natural process of aging. And it is by acknowledging this that we can then begin to make different choices. So, if those packaged baked goods are harmful, what other options do we have? Must we forever give up on treats and baked goods entirely? And the answer is, of course, no, but instead we need to be smarter, more conscious, and more intentional about the type of treats that we are consuming. It's all about understanding that we have options, and that we do not need to settle for foods that have limited nutritional value, but can instead choose to make our own, healthier, and more delicious options that honor our long-term health goals. Instead of those store-bought options, why not try making your own treats at home, with whole grains, reduced sugar, and without any hidden ingredients? There is a whole world of delicious possibilities that can be created in your own kitchen, and while it may take a little bit more time and effort, you will find that it is a worthwhile choice to make, as it will give you a greater sense of empowerment, of accomplishment, and it will allow you to have a greater level of control over what you are consuming. Baking at home is not only a wonderful skill to acquire, it is also a way to give yourself a gift of self-care and to nourish your body in a way that is both delicious and incredibly supportive. When you use whole grains, you are also adding extra fiber to your diet, and when you are choosing to limit the amount of sugar that you add, you are also reducing the overall risks of heart disease and diabetes. You can also explore natural sweeteners such as honey, maple syrup, or fruits to satisfy your sweet tooth and add flavor, without any of the added risks of artificial chemicals, and in doing so, you are taking a more proactive approach to your overall health. You are not just baking a treat. You are making a conscious choice to support your health and your well-being and to nourish yourself from the inside out. Now, as we approach the conclusion of our exploration of kidney health, it's vital to take a moment and focus on a factor that is often overlooked: hydration. Proper hydration is the key to maintaining optimal kidney function and to supporting your overall health and vitality. Dehydration can harm kidneys in a multitude of ways, reducing their overall efficiency, increasing the risk of kidney stones, and increasing the risk of kidney damage over time. Therefore, it is so important to drink enough water throughout the day, making it your first choice and opting for beverages that support your health. While there is no one-size-fits-all guideline for how much water you should be drinking every day, it is generally recommended that seniors aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. And if you are more active, or if you are living in a hotter climate, you may also need to increase this level to support your individual requirements. It is important to also be mindful that certain medications and certain health conditions may require fluid restrictions, and that it is essential to always consult with your healthcare provider to receive guidance and support that is specific to your needs. But generally speaking, making sure that you are drinking enough water is a simple yet powerful step that you can take to help protect your kidneys and to support your overall well-being. It's a simple act of self-care, but it is incredibly powerful and transformative. We also need to acknowledge that portion control is a vital consideration in any plan to protect our kidney health, and that overeating, particularly protein or salty foods, can also put a tremendous amount of strain on your kidneys and can then lead to long-term complications and health issues. You do not have to completely eliminate these types of foods, but you must consume them in moderation and in a way that is both mindful and deliberate. Eating excessive amounts of protein can increase the workload of your kidneys as they have to work hard to filter out the protein waste, and therefore, a balanced approach is always the best way to go. The key is to prioritize a wide variety of nutrients from all sources and to make sure that you are not relying too heavily on one type of food, as that can often cause an imbalance in your system. And it is that balance that is the key to overall health, vitality, and a life that is full of both joy and peace. It's also important to acknowledge that a balanced approach to eating is not just about what we are avoiding, it is also about what we are consciously choosing to include, and the balance of what we are consuming is just as important as the balance of what we are avoiding. By adopting this approach, you are also creating a plan that is both sustainable and also easy to maintain. It's about making choices that honor both your immediate needs and your long-term goals, and it is always best to take a well-rounded approach to your overall health. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, it is essential that you prioritize regular checkups and ongoing monitoring of your kidney health, particularly as you navigate the aging process. It is vital to be proactive, not reactive, in caring for your body, and this is why it's important to stay in contact with your healthcare provider, to be honest about your lifestyle and your diet, and to have regular checkups that track all of the important markers of your health. Make sure you are monitoring your blood pressure, your blood sugar levels, as well as your kidney function, paying close attention to your eGFR and your creatinine levels, and to also discuss these with your healthcare provider to ensure that you have a clear understanding of your overall health. Early detection of kidney problems can make a huge difference in long-term outcomes, and that you are fully informed about the types of choices that you need to make to stay healthy and strong. These tests are simple, quick, and easy, and they can provide invaluable insights about your overall health and allow you to make adjustments to your diet and lifestyle when they are most needed. Remember, you are your own best advocate, and you must always be proactive about checking in with yourself and checking in with your healthcare provider to ensure that you are taking a collaborative approach that is designed specifically for you. You are worth the effort and the time that this requires, and you deserve to be supported every step of the way. As a final point, please always remember that every single body is different and that each person's journey is unique. These tips and strategies are designed to be helpful and to serve as a guideline, but they are not intended as medical advice, and it's important to always consider your own individual needs as you begin your journey towards better health. It's always best to be informed and to seek advice that is suited to your own unique requirements. Those of you who have pre-existing conditions, such as chronic kidney disease or diabetes, may need to adhere to even stricter dietary guidelines, and that it is always best to seek the help of a registered renal dietitian who can help you create a plan that is best for your own specific needs. These professionals are also able to give you valuable insight and advice about managing your diet in a way that supports your overall health and well-being. It is not about doing this alone. It is about choosing to collaborate with others that can provide you with unique and valuable insight. And while these strategies are excellent for proactively supporting our kidney health, you should always acknowledge that you are unique and that your specific needs may be different than others, and therefore, if you have any questions or concerns, it is vital that you consult a professional. It is not about choosing one path over another. It is about understanding that what works best for you may be different from others, and to choose a path that makes you feel good, empowered, and supported. Now that we've explored all of these important strategies, let's recap the 10 specific foods that seniors should consider limiting or avoiding to protect their kidney health. Processed meats, canned soups and vegetables, dairy products, dark colas, salty snacks, red meat, pickled foods, processed cheeses, high-potassium fruits, and packaged baked goods. And while this may seem like a long and overwhelming list, it's important to remember that it's not about restriction. It's about making mindful and informed choices that are aligned with your overall goals for your health and your well-being. It's not about creating a list of things you can't have, but rather it is about recognizing the potential risks associated with these types of foods and choosing alternatives that support your body and that allow you to live a life that is full of both health, joy, and vitality. And with each choice that you make, you are creating a ripple effect, choosing to prioritize your well-being and moving further away from that feeling of overwhelm and towards a place of greater peace and empowerment. It's about understanding that you have the power to make choices that support your kidney health, and by simply taking these specific foods into account, you are doing so much to protect your long-term health. This is a gift that you are giving yourself, a way of saying that you are worthy of all that you desire and that you deserve to live a life that is as joyful and as comfortable as it can be. And by being informed, you are also choosing to be empowered. And now, let's also acknowledge the wonderful range of alternatives that are available to us and that can easily replace those less healthy choices. We've explored the benefits of choosing fresh poultry or lean meats over those highly processed meats, and we've looked at the benefits of choosing low-sodium options, or even better, fresh or frozen fruits and vegetables, over those canned versions that are loaded with sodium and other preservatives. We've explored the wonderful world of plant-based milks, how delicious they can be, and how they can offer a valuable alternative to dairy products, without the added risks of high phosphorus content. And we've also considered how sparkling water and herbal teas can satisfy your thirst without the added sugar or chemical additives that are present in so many soft drinks. And these are just a few examples of the many choices that you have available. We've also learned about how satisfying unsalted nuts, air-popped popcorn, and vegetable sticks can be, and how they can easily replace those salty and processed snack options that offer little value and may even be causing damage over time. And finally, we've considered how those seemingly innocent baked goods can often be a hidden source of sodium, phosphorus, and trans fats, and how, when you bake your own treats at home, you can choose to use whole grains, reduced sugar, and avoid any harmful additives, providing you with a much healthier option that also tastes delicious. By choosing these options, you're choosing to support your kidneys and also to embrace the joy of eating delicious foods, and you are choosing to make your health journey both satisfying and also pleasurable. And the most important thing that I want you to take away from this conversation is that you do not have to give up on joy in the name of health, but rather that you can choose pathways that align both with your values, your goals, and your needs. It is about choosing what feels good to your body and to your soul. The path to long-term health is often a process that is less about reaction and more about proactive care. And it is by making mindful choices today that you are actively protecting your kidney health for years to come, and that, by taking these simple steps, you are making a real investment in your long-term vitality and well-being. We've explored the importance of drinking enough water, of maintaining a healthy diet, of consistent exercise, and of getting enough sleep. And all of these components work together to support all the various systems of your body and to keep you as strong, as healthy, and as full of life as you possibly can be. This isn't about a one-time fix. It's about creating habits and routines that serve you and that allow you to be a more active and responsible participant in your own health. It's also important to remember that your body is not something to be feared, but rather it is something to be loved, cherished, and supported. And when you are coming from a place of care and compassion, you will also find that the process of taking responsibility for your health will also be more rewarding and more effective. When you value yourself and your well-being and choose a path that is both sustainable and joyful, you will not only be taking care of your body, but also of your mind and your spirit. So, as we bring this conversation to a close, remember that your journey starts today, and every single choice that you make from here on out will contribute to your overall health and happiness. You have a unique opportunity to make small and incremental changes that over time will lead to incredible and transformative results, and this does not require you to do it all at once. Instead, you can choose to approach it with patience, kindness, and self-compassion. Begin by focusing on just one or two areas that resonated with you the most, and start with those. Do not try and change everything all at once, but rather focus on making slow and consistent progress, which, ultimately, is the most sustainable approach. Perhaps you will choose to limit your intake of processed meats, perhaps you will try a new plant-based milk, or you may begin to incorporate a new type of fruit that you've never tried before. There are endless possibilities, and they are all available to you. And as you continue, remember to also keep learning and to keep expanding your knowledge, as there is so much more to explore, and you can always make use of the scientific data that is constantly evolving and that is always offering us new insights about the connections between our bodies, our minds, and the foods that we consume. And do not be afraid to seek out information and to become an advocate for your own unique health journey. It is about building momentum and not about reaching perfection, and it is about knowing that, with every choice that you make from here on out, you are creating a new and more empowering pathway for your future well-being and happiness. The tools are within your grasp, and now it is up to you to take that first step and to claim that power for yourself. And I want to leave you today with this final message of empowerment and hope. You have the power to make positive changes, you have the power to protect your kidneys, and you have the power to live a life that is full of health, vibrancy, and joy, and every single small step that you take towards that goal will make a measurable difference in the way that you experience your life. You are not limited by your age, your genetic history, or anything that may be holding you back, but rather you are only limited by the choices that you are choosing to make. Remember that you are worthy of living a life that is filled with comfort and well-being, and that you are in control of creating the health that you desire. And do not give up on your ability to improve and on your ability to thrive. May you be guided by your own wisdom, your own intuition, and your own unique capacity for self-care. And as you begin this journey, know that you are not alone. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you have found this information both valuable and empowering. And as you continue, please remember to share your experiences, ask your questions, and also to subscribe to the Vibrant Seniors channel for more tips, support, and advice on how to live your life to the absolute fullest. The power is in your hands, and I am here to guide you every step of the way. May your life be as vibrant as you are.